Say hello to YouTube. Hello. Hey guys, it's Saturday, and this week's topic is coming out. I'm going to start with how I came out to my friends because that's a much easier and quicker story to tell. I had known since about 7th grade, maybe even a little before that, but 7th grade for sure. And then in 8th grade, I switched schools to the really liberal school that I'm going to now. And I was in this really close-knit group of friends, and we told each other everything. But it actually took me a while to feel comfortable enough to come out to them because I had gone to such a conservative Catholic school before that school, so I wasn't really sure how they would take it. So I came out to my friend Julia first, and she was fine with it. She didn't really even have much to say about it. She was just kind of like, okay. And then, we went on with our lives. And then I came out to the rest of the 3 people in the group. It was about the same time that one of my other guy friends came out as bi, and he's now gay. But that's not the point. So I came out to them, and the 2 guys in my group of friends decided it would be awesome if they could set me up with a girl. So I told them who I liked, and they immediately hopped on the bandwagon and started talking to her about me, and within 24 hours they pretty much set us up in a way. But we were both too scared to really do anything, so nothing ever happened that day. Anyways, so I was just out to those 4 people, and that one girl. And then my school went on a school trip with our whole grade. It was an overnight trip to Boston. I think it was 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I think it was just 2 days. Anyways, my great idea to come out to the rest of my grade was to kiss this girl on the bus ride home. The whole grade knew by the end of that day. And of course, it's 8th grade. You're gonna get the people who don't really understand. You're gonna get the horny teenage boys who think that it's so hot and want to get in on it. No, you never will, by the way, if you're a horny teenage boy. Never. Anyway. And you get the people who don't really care because they're so accepting. My parents are a totally different story. My mom, I've been slowly coming out to her since 8th grade, and I finally flat out told her that I am bi a few weeks ago. Anyways, in 8th grade, she found out about me and that other girl. She thought that I was experimenting, she thought that I was trying to get attention, she thought that I was going through a phase, she thought that I was influenced, which I think is the funniest because, if anything, I influenced her. That's also a different story. She didn't really know how to deal with it, and she forbade me from seeing the girl outside of school. So immediately I got it in my mind that she was not okay with it. She never would be. boyfriend and stuff like that. Since 8th grade, I've been sort of hinting at it to her, but the second the topic ever came up, I would run in the other direction, basically. Until a couple weeks ago, like the beginning of August, when we were in the car. I don't remember what we were talking about originally, but I told her about Closet Case. I told her it's a collab on YouTube that offers advice to other LGBT youth, and she was like, well, what are you doing in this collab? Like, and she was like, are you gay? And I was like, no. And she was like, are you bi? And I was like, yeah. And she just kind of said okay, and said she pretty much already knew. She said she didn't want me to get locked into anything, because it might be a phase, and I told her that it's not a phase, like it's not going anywhere, and she started teasing me about it, which was nice, because that showed that she accepted it enough to joke about it. My dad's a little different. We don't have the best relationship, and it's not because of anything he does, it's just we're different people, and I don't know, we don't really match up that well, we don't really get along, but I find it really hard to talk to him about personal things. My mom said that he already knows he was more accepting than she was, and she said that I need to talk to him about it though, and I still have yet to sit down and have a conversation with him about it. The closest I've gotten is I wanted to go to Colorado to visit Rachel, who's now Bennett. To avoid confusion, I'm just gonna call him Rachel for this story, since it's the past. I asked my dad if I could go, and my dad said that he was not comfortable with the idea of me going to stay in someone's house who he doesn't know and stuff like that, go on an airplane by myself on my own. I never really said why I wanted to visit Rachel so badly. So then I went into his room later on, and I said, you know, the reason I want to see Rachel is because she's my girlfriend. And he kind of ignored that comment. For a second I wasn't sure he heard me, but he told me again why he was uncomfortable with the idea of me going to Colorado, and then he told me that he understands that she's my friend, but not this time. And then my mom butted in and she was like, well, we appreciate your honesty. And then I came out to my sister in like July, and she actually asked me, are you gay? And I was like, no. And she was like, are you straight? And I was like, no. And she was like, are you bi-curious? And I was like, no. She was like, what are you? And I was like, bisexual. And she was like, that's what I said. And I was like, no. So I had to explain to her the difference. And she was fine, whatever. Except later we had a discussion about it, and she thinks that I'm gonna turn out gay because she doesn't believe in bisexuality. Some advice for coming out: wait until you're sure. If you come out and you're still questioning your sexuality, and they won't take you seriously, you may not take yourself seriously, and above all, think about your safety. And if you think that there's a chance that your safety will be in jeopardy by coming out, rethink it. And as for coming out in high school and stuff, I highly suggest hang out to a group of close friends first, and having them get used to the idea first so that you have that support. I also recommend joining the GSA. You'll know people going through the same thing. I do not suggest coming out to your school by kissing someone of the same gender on a bus. Also, being out doesn't mean that you have to flaunt your sexuality. Like, you don't have to fit into these stereotypes. You don't have to wear a rainbow shirt that says, like, I'm gay or I'm bi or whatever. You can be as out as you're comfortable with. Like, for example, in Facebook, when it has the little info box and it says interested in, I don't have that filled in. I know a lot of people don't have that filled in, so that's my way of keeping my privacy while still being out. Also, I'm not open about it to the point where, like, if I introduce myself, I say, hey, I'm Kate, I'm bi, you know. If someone asks me or the subject comes up, I will say it. So you only have to do what you're comfortable with. That's about it. I'm sorry this video was long and kind of rambling a little bit. I'm also sorry my voice sounds weird. I don't really know what's wrong with it right now. So, have a good week. I'll see you next Saturday.